Childbirth is that moment when, particularly when you follow that pregnancy from nothing for months, and you hear that heartbeat, you hear a life inside another human being, and to hear it cry and breathe, that's when you feel the power of God. It's a miracle of life. And it brings you that much closer to your Creator.
Beautiful baby, mashallah, mashallah.
Well, my name is Edna Adan Ismail. I'm a nurse. I'm a midwife by profession. I'm a retired United Nations civil servant. I'm 85, and I come from Somaliland, situated in the Horn of Africa. I'm from a family of mixed faith. My mother was a very devout Catholic. My father is a very devout Muslim. And we were brought up to have respect for all religions. I was a very turbulent child. I had a lot of energy and loved climbing and wrestling and playing football with boys. And I was not the kind of a daughter that the neighbors were bringing up. Little girls in my country at that time did not go to school. And the neighborhood boys would come and do their homework in our veranda to be guided and taught by the teacher that Dad was paying for. So when they were being taught, I was learning it too. And if I hadn't learned to read and write, I would not have been able to teach and train and educate the thousands that I've had the privilege to teach in my lifetime, in my career. My father was someone who was known as a father of healthcare in Somaliland, a very kind person, a very generous person, very hardworking. So I grew up admiring what my father was doing, and it was learning from watching Dad do it. That taught me that no nursing school could have ever taught me. I'm blessed that I had that experience. So coming to England was different. Going to the Borough Polytechnic, where they had thousands of boys and girls in the college, was a great, great learning curve. And I was very often the only black girl in the class. And if I failed, it's because I did not work hard enough. It was not because of the color of my skin. Well, female genital mutilation is one of my favorite enemies. It damages the body of that female child for no reason other than for tradition. It is contrary to the teachings of all the known religions of the world. And it's when I came home and I was faced with deliveries, babies that I need to get out from a part of the body that had been so badly damaged. And the childbirth was made so much more difficult. So every day I'm reliving, I'm remembering, I'm recalling that pain that happened to me when I was 7 or 8 years old. The wounds may heal, but the pain never leaves you. The rebellion never goes away. I was angry about it, but I could not say anything. Until 1976. I attended a conference in Sudan where men and women, medical professionals, discussed it. And I thought, they can talk about it. They're Muslim like me. They're rebelling against it like I am. Therefore, if I say something about it, that would not be going against my religion. So since 1976, I've been talking about it, been campaigning against it, and hopefully people in the diaspora who have had opportunities for better examples and better education will be the ones to join our voice to convince the families they left behind in their countries of birth to also protect the girls. My message to you today, to take home, and please remember, and also share it with your friends. Don't cut them up because it was done 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. Islam does not accept. Islam forbids female circumcision. And there's a moral issue, moral obligation, there's a responsibility. God has shown me this. So when I came back to Somaliland, what I did, the level of destruction that I saw, 90%, 95% of the city destroyed, no roads, no hospitals, no schools. 250,000 people died. I could not bring those back, but at least I could be an element that contributes to the survival of the nation. And that's when I came back and built a hospital. And it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. I put everything I had into it. Anything I had no longer any need for, I just recycled into cold cash. I no longer have the trinkets I once had. Bank managers no longer have any money to count for me. But oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, do I have the satisfaction? Do I have the gratitude that God gave me? I said, thank God I could do that. I have far more today than I've ever had before. I think my strength comes from the fact that I don't feel defeated. I'm being held back momentarily, but I'm not cured of my conviction. The hospital has grown beyond my expectations. It's delivered over 30-something thousand babies. We've trained over 4,000 students in different disciplines. 70% of my students are female. 80% of my staff are female. I never expected that. And I feel so blessed that I could do it. And I'm proud that when we had no nurses 60 years ago, that today we have thousands. When we had no anesthetists, we've trained over 40 anesthetists. When we had no female surgeons, my chief surgeon in the hospital is a female. We have outreach campaigns, we have villages that we go to, training courses we hold in different corners of Somaliland. That's what the hospital has done, given life to the country. We're in the village of Habaswein. They have farmers, but mainly nomads. And we were getting a lot of complications and sick people coming from here. This is where we would bring our students and our staff once a month to check on the health and the conditions of the people who live here. We do a lot of FGM, female genital mutilation campaigns here as well with the community. Because these are the kind of people who we do it 100% to their daughters. It took us 2 years, and there it is. And I'm emotional because I'm seeing it for the first time. And it was built through the contributions from my staff. We broke the ground on an empty mountaintop. Now we have a village mother and child health center. I feel so grateful that I have been given the opportunities and the life and the education that I have had to be able to make that much of a change for our people and particularly for girls in my country, Somaliland. I'm different, but then I'm different for a good cause. I soon realized that I was a role model. And that code has lived with me all my life. I make sure that whatever I do is something that I can keep my head up and say, yes, I did that. And I would like your daughter to do that too, because it has served me well.